lucky few. Only a tiny minority of skilled professionals and wealthy investors has the luxury to roam the world in pursuit of wider social networks and expanded economic opportunities. These cosmopolitan globalists, citizens of nowhere, in Theresa May's evocative language, have managed to revoke their responsibilities within their home nation without, in fact, taking on corresponding obligations anywhere else. The resulting economic and social polarization within nations makes it much more difficult to construct a unifying narrative. With the elites having absconded, thanks to globalization, the political playing field is now wide open for nativist extremists. Tamir recognizes that nationalism can be exclusionary and turn nasty when it is coupled with violation of minority groups' rights. She argues that this can be overcome by accepting the right to be different and fostering empathy for citizens who are cultural outsiders. In the end, she acknowledges that her brand of nationalism is a compromise among liberal and national principles, an untidy mix. What Tamir argues for in the title of her earlier book is liberal nationalism. Hers is a conditional defense of nationalism. Many liberals will no doubt think this goes too far towards glorifying some majority identity and culture at the expense of minorities. Still, they will have to answer the challenge Tamir has put to them. Xenophobia and nativism have little justification, but this does not mean that the demand for recognition and dignity of those left behind by neoliberal globalism is without moral value. Like almost every ideology, nationalism can be taken in destructive or constructive directions. The great value of Tamir's book is to show us that there is indeed a positive direction. The book goes much beyond bowing to the obvious reality that the nation-state is back. It presents a principled case for why we need it politically. Tamir argues we can and must harness nationalism for the good of society. We better listen to her message before it is too late to fend off the extremists and save nationalism from the fascists. Danny Roderick. A personal note. I am a strange political creature. I have been a Labour activist all my adult life, a fully committed human rights activist, one of the founders of the Israeli peace movement, and for a while the chair of the Israeli Human Rights Association, and a liberal political theorist. In my private life, I was fortunate enough to be somewhat of a global trotter. Hence it seemed only natural that I'd be a firm supporter of globalism and the set of values that comes with it: open borders, free trade, and free movement. But liberalism always seemed to me missing the human point. A political theory should be attuned to human needs and aspirations, and liberalism has been adjusting itself to a very particular kind of life experience. It was probably my upbringing that made me attentive to national claims. For many years, my pro-nationalism views were seen, at best, as irrelevant, a relic of a troubling past that should be transcendent. At times, my academic friends turned a blind eye. At others, they hoped I'd grow out of it. But when everybody was rejoicing the victory of liberalism, I went the other way. Maybe because of my years in politics, serving in 2 Israeli governments, first as Minister of Immigration, 1998 to 2001, and then as Minister of Education, 2006 to 9. I realized that the pull of the liberal argument was class-based. My class. I also followed, with great worry, the way members of other classes turned the other way. I could feel the earth trembling under liberal feet. It wasn't due to the well-orchestrated joy of the Liberal Victory Party. It was because the Liberal Party was restricted in scope. Though all my friends were attending, many stayed outside the fence. In 2001, I ended a paper titled Class and Nation with the following